Hello everyone and welcome back to This Is Thursday Gaming. I'm doing a broadcast right now. Nothing to do with faces unfortunately this time, but it is to do with formations. I've recently come up with a formation that actually makes me want to play PES a little bit more, as opposed to what I feel is the pure frustration that comes out of the default tactics used by all the teams in the game. I play on professional, so I'm not the world's best player, but I do find that I might scrape a 1-0 win here, or a 2-0 win, or 2-1 win, and those goals usually also come from me tackling one of the defence on the opposition and then running through on goal and putting the ball in the back of the net. Anyway, why aren't I online? Why is he saying offline? Come on, connect, you piece of shit. No internet connection. Oh. Oh.
She's crunching in there, baby.
What's she eating?
I don't know, I can't see, but I can hear her crunching. Her little paper is moving around. Tubby, what you got? Popsy. Your breakfast is home as well now. You gonna come and say hello?
Right, let's see what happens when I refresh this. Honestly, whenever I try and broadcast, it is just absolute bloody nightmare. It never seems to go smoothly. Either the internet is down or my microphone isn't connected, which is just an absolute ball ache.
Oh, well, sorry about that. I wish I could help you.
Yeah, well, I did a broadcast this morning. I was talking for 33 minutes and it didn't record any audio because my microphone weren't plugged in, which is absolutely ridiculous.
So you're just chatting.
So I'm chatting to myself and nobody could hear shit.
Oh, no.
Right.
That's terrible.
It is terrible. Anyway, on to the formation. Bow, bow, bow. Get online, you piece of crap.
Do you want cheese on yours?
Yes, of course I want cheese on it.
Okay.
Alright, let's have a look. I'm live. One sec. I'm just trying to get myself sorted out. Right, good. That works. Okay. So, why isn't this registering? So, onto the formation. And I will show you exactly what I mean as far as the formation is concerned before playing a match. I'm going to go to the European Classics. And as you'll see in the game plan, this is my formation. Now, it's a straight 4-4-2 with a left and right midfielder, with a holding midfielder and a secondary striker. It's classic, it's old school, it's the sort of formation that I want to play. And if we now go into that, you'll see the first thing, if you want to copy this formation, which I'm sure you will do after you see how the formation plays and the tactics play in a game, which I'll start playing shortly, you'll want to copy this formation and tactics for yourself. First thing you need to do is make sure that fluid formation is on. Next thing you want to do is change formation. So at the kickoff, that is the formation at the kickoff. That is the formation in possession. And this is the formation when you're out of possession. Okay, so this is preset tactic number 1. So it's kickoff with possession when out of possession. You need to make sure that your players or your formation is set up like that when you're out of possession. I know it's going to look ridiculous, but you will understand why. So, attacking instructions. This is the main preset tactic number 1, as you can see at the very top of the screen, just below European Classics. So what you've got is counter-attacking, long pass, wide, maintain formation, and support range right up to second, fourth, third from the top, second from the top. So as long as you copy that. So I will scroll down. Okay. Defensive instruction. All out defense. Wide, conservative, defensive line 1, or at the very bottom of the grid, and compactness 2 from the top. Okay, so I'll quickly let you have a look at that again. But again, I'm not going to explain why you need to do this. But if you're interested in changing your formation, then I would just pause the video intermittently and make sure that your settings are set to this. So this is the defensive instruction on preset tactic number 1. Okay, advanced instruction. Centering targets, attacking fullbacks, off and counter target. Again, I'm not going to explain why, you just need to do it. Okay. So, preset tactic number 2, which is the defensive tactic. So this is your setup. So you've got actually one of your central midfielders has switched to a defensive midfielder, but the rest of the players remain in the same sort of position. Please be aware of the spacing between the left back and the right back and the centre backs. As you can see, they're quite spaced out. Okay, so at kickoff, this is the formation at kickoff. This is the formation in possession. As you can see, they slightly shunt up a little bit. I don't really think that really matters. But then when out of possession, now this is the defensive setting. When out of possession, your formation needs to look like this. As you can see, you've got a flat, very flat back four. You've got 2 defensive midfielders. You've got 4 attackers. A left wing forward, right wing forward, secondary striker, and a centre forward. So there you go. Make sure that your preset tactics for number 2, which is your defensive option, looks like this at kickoff. Looks like this in possession. Again, pause it as and when you can. And then when you are out of possession, your players need to be in this formation. Don't worry if the players are slightly out of position as far as you trying to recreate this is concerned, because I really don't think it matters too much as long as the players are kind of there or thereabouts. Attacking instructions for the defensive preset tactic is possession gain, long pass again, attacking area wide, positioning maintain formation, support range right to the top bar 2. Okay, so let you have a quick look at that again. Defensive instruction, all out defense, wide, conservative, defensive line, the first bar, compactness, 2 down from the top. So I'll let you have another look at that. All out defense, wide, conservative, first bar, and 2 bars from the top for compactness. Advanced instructions, centering targets, attacking fullbacks, deep defensive line, and counter target. Okay, and then preset tactic number 3, which is the custom version, which is what I use for when I'm going all out, is at kickoff. This is what it's like at kickoff. So you've got a flat back 4, but pushed right to the very top of the defensive line before they become midfielders. You've got a defensive midfielder and an attacking midfielder, plus a left wing forward, right wing forward, and 2 centre forwards. And these players are pushed pretty much near to the very top of the formation. In possession, it's exactly the same, and out of possession, again, it's exactly the same. So you just repeat that across all 3 settings. Attacking instructions for preset tactic number 3. Counter-attack, long pass, wide, maintain formation, 2 down from the top for support range. Defensive instruction is all out defence, wide, conservative, defensive line, first bar, compactness, 2 down from the top. So pretty much the same as the other 2 preset tactics. So all out defence, wide, conservative, defensive line, 1, compactness, 2 down from the top. Advanced instruction, centering targets, attacking fullbacks, off, and counter target. That one there, you can actually make whatever one you want. It really doesn't matter. Okay. That is it. So now I'm going to play a game, and you are going to see exactly what I mean with this formation. As I said earlier, I am left with nothing but frustration after every game. It feels like an absolute slog. The certain players don't get to use their full abilities, including their pace. If you've got a really pacey winger, I often find that as soon as he receives the ball, he's got 2 or 3 players around him. And unless you're really good at doing tick-a-tacker to create the space and then fed the ball through, he might be able to take 1 or 2 touches before crossing the ball in or taking a shot, which for me, it's not the sort of game that I want to play. I want to kind of go back to 4-4-2. And I want to be able to utilise defensive midfielders who have good passing ability to ping the ball from the back out wide, pacey players out wide, like Ryan Giggs of old. If you can just imagine probably David Beckham launching the ball 40, 50 yards to Ryan Giggs for him to then run onto it and then cross the ball in for a centre forward to put in the back of the net. That is the sort of game I want to play. I don't necessarily want to play like Barcelona in every game, because unless you've got players that actually have good attributes to be able to play tick-a-tack football, it's near on impossible. And I like to start with a team that isn't a top-notch team. I like to, particularly in Master League, is build a team up from scratch, or build up a team who are not particularly great, but I can add quality. But I often find that you can try and add some quality to your team, but you struggle just as much as you did before you actually bought in some improved players, which is not what I want to do. Anyway, right. I do apologise for this going on a bit. It is a little bit of a rambling video, and it is a little bit of a discussions video, but I find that it is... it is actually quite important for people who want to play, you know, a good game of football. A bit like the PES of old, I suppose. You know, maybe PES 2013. Maybe even going back to the old PlayStation 2 versions of the game, where players get to utilise certain abilities, pace in particular, and a good passing range, rather than being closed down with 3 players around you, and your only option is to pass sideways or backwards, which isn't the sort of game that I want to play. Anyway, so what I've done, I've actually applied these tactics that I just showed you a couple of minutes ago to both European Classics and World Classics. So both teams are playing exactly the same formation and tactics, and you will now see exactly why I've decided to create this video and obviously express my my feelings towards this particular formation and tactics. Okay, Right. Okay. So I think that's it. There's nothing really left for me to do. General settings. So both teams on a standard level. Playing on professional, and sometimes I used to struggle on professional. And don't forget the level of opposition on professional here is also quite important as well, because I'm playing against World All Stars, so their ability certainly is up there. Okay, so let me choose a stadium. I'm not going to play at Nou Camp. Let's play at let's play the Saitama Stadium. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Oh, is that my dinner? Oh, amazing. Right. Ugh. Right, take my jacket off. I've still got my bloody work clothes on. And my dinner's turned up, which is chili con carne, and I can't believe I'm going to let that sit there for a couple of minutes whilst I quickly play this. So this is the new formation testing. You'll have to watch the video from the very start to see exactly what has been going on. This is a formation that will allow players to have a lot more space and time on the ball, utilising certain attributes that players have, including pacey wingers, which is what you don't usually get to do if you're playing on the default tactic set by Konami. This formation and tactic will allow wingers to really use their skills, and use and defensive midfielders being able to utilise their passing ability. Right, here we go. So I've got Dave. Where's the ball going? Where's Maradona? Get it over his head. I can't see shit. Right, this better go in. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's rubbish. Can't still red hot that. So what you'll see is Giggs should pick the ball up. He can run into space. I haven't been able to one player to be on the ball for like 25 seconds, pretty much ever, really. Oh! Not in this game, anyway. So, as we all know, Ronald Koeman is an absolute blinding pass of the ball. So let's see what he can do. Oh! Oh, what the hell was that? Jesus Christ. Come on, Dave. So this is quite nice. Francesco Totti's been able to pick it up in midfield, run about 25 yards without actually being put under too much pressure. But the opposition actually do put the pressure on at the right time. And what you'll also find as well is that the opposition's defence, even playing against the computer, will actually start knocking balls quite high up the pitch from defence, rather than trying to take on the forwards. And as we all know, one of the easiest ways to score in PES 2017 is for the goalkeeper to roll a short ball out to his defence, and then you run up to that defender, tackle him, and then put the ball in the back of the net. I'd have to say at least 50% of my goals have been scored like this, which I think is unacceptable. But now, with this formation, they won't do that. They get put under pressure, they launch it up the pitch if need be. Otherwise, they will pass it along the floor to one of their players, which makes a lot more sense to me, rather than trying to take on a forward. Oh, shit. Oh! Come on, Giggsy. Crying out loud. You're faster than mic on. Yes, that's it, son. Go! Great tackle. Right, now Giggsy is wide out on the left and he is absolutely open. Again, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Oh. And now Xavi. Oh, Giggs, you were never any good in the air. Oh, again. You will see some very much varied behaviour by the opposition. Now I'm playing against a computer here. This isn't like another human playing this. This is the computer, so you will see so much more variation as far as the gameplay is concerned. Pardon me. Okay, right. Francesco Totti. Oh, that was such a bad option. Why chip the ball through to David Beckham when he's on the edge of the bloody box? And there you have it. The player is now bombing down the left. He's got options. He can cut in. There's a player in the middle of the pitch. Oh, go on, Bex. You know, just to reiterate again, this formation really does allow freedom in the game. And not only that, but because you get so many opportunities when playing this formation to actually score a goal, you can actually win a game. You can actually win a game against, you know, on professional, relatively easy. You know, you can actually win the game, and it's quite easy to win the game. And to the point where I'm almost tempted to even up my level to probably top player just to see what it's like. But you see, what will happen is, even though you're playing on professional or top player with this formation and tactic setting, you will still get chances to score. But that also means that the opposition get a lot of chances to score as well, and it becomes a very, very even game. You might end up with a game being 3-3 or 4-4 or something like that, but it's a lot more exciting than the bloody slogs that I've had to carry out playing certain games in PES. Honestly, sometimes it's been awful. I finished a game and I just feel like turning the fucking thing off because it's just been an absolute grind to get a 1-0 bloody win. Anyway, so yeah. If anybody is new to what or if they've just joined, this live stream is all to do with a new formation and tactic settings. So you need to watch it from the start to see exactly how the tactics and formation is set up. But this actual these tactics and formations open the game right up. You get time on the ball. You get to utilise certain players' abilities. It's fantastic having a winger who you can actually utilise his pace. Rather than like in the normal tactics where you get tackled every couple of minutes. Oh shit, that was close. Hopefully what you'll see here, there you go, the defensive midfielder has dropped back into defence and tried to pass a ball out using this new tactic, which makes a lot more sense. Westy! What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take Beckham off now and swap him for Overmars. And I'm also going to swap Xavi for Davids. And I'm going to swap Totti for Liminen. I'm trying to have a shot, Matt. But this is a new tactic, mate, which is absolutely unbelievable. The space you now get, the pitch feels bigger. Oh, bollocks. It's me trying to do too much. And here comes the opposition. Oh, fuck. Come on, Thierry. I really want to score a goal because I want the opposition to kind of go all-out attack. Matt, how did you know that I was actually broadcasting? Did you get a notification? Ooh! Oh shit! See what I mean? It's like a totally different fucking game. The space that's available is just incredible. Oh, nice. Okay. So where are the other 500 odd subscribers? Bastards. Oh, look at that. Go on, Buffon. Come on, Henri. Oh! Edgar Davids. Go on, son. One of my favourite ever players. Do you know, the worst bit about this is, Matt, Michael Owen is in the European Classics. Oh, make it into the European... Because I put him there, that's why. Look at the space. Just look at the space to run into. Oh... Oh yeah. Get fucking flash. Go on, knock it through. Come on, Thierry. Ah. Look at that, what a touch. Oh, Giggsy! Go, look at that! Yes, go on, my son! Anticipation from the goalie. Unlucky Cesar. Whee! Oh, Ashley Cole has come on for Paolo Maldini. Oh, you dirty bastard. Who was that? Seydou Keita. Dirty shit. Okay, come on, whip the ball in, Davids. That is awful. Fuck me, that's a throw and half, wasn't it? Oh, look at that. Jarli Lidmanen. Oh. Don't forget, I am playing on professional here, so the opposition are still pretty good. But I just get a lot more space. Right, now get going, Overmars. Come on, son. Fuck. Yuri! Come on, Giggs. Come on, Giggsy. Cool. God. Oh, amazing. Right, so that is the end of the game. As you can see, I'm sure that there's going to be some PES fans out there who actually understand what I'm talking about. They will actually see a huge difference in the style of play, the type of play, the tactic formation to what is actually normally the default settings in PES 2017. Anyway, I'm going to end the broadcast there because I'm going to go and eat my chili con carne and let my girlfriend watch Great British Menu. So until next time. Oh no, there is no editing. Oh, baked potato.